The sun blazed mercilessly over the small village of Rampur. Fields lay dry and cracked, like the hands of the poor farmer Ramdeen who toiled upon them. His clothes were torn, his body thin, but his spirit remained unbroken. Every morning, he plowed his land with hope, whispering to himself, "Maybe this season will be better. Maybe God will have mercy on us." But fate had different plans. For 3 long months, not a single drop of rain fell. The earth remained thirsty, seeds refused to sprout, and hunger tightened its grip on Ramdeen's family. His wife, Shanta, tried to stretch the last handful of rice, but soon even that was gone. One evening, as Ramdeen sat outside his hut, his young son asked softly, "Baba, will we eat tonight?" The question cut deeper than any blade. Ramdeen looked at the empty pot and stayed silent. Sometimes, silence spoke louder than words. In the center of the village stood a grand mansion, owned by Thakur Surya Pratap Singh, the richest landlord in Rampur. He was known for his wealth, pride, and arrogance. His golden sherwani and polished boots always shone brighter than the sun, but his heart lacked the warmth of kindness. One morning, when Ramdeen went to request some grain on credit, the landlord stood with folded arms, surrounded by villagers. "So, Ramdeen," Surya Pratap said loudly so everyone could hear, "you failed again? No crop, no harvest, only excuses." Thakur sobbed. Ramdeen pleaded, "The drought ruined everything. I only asked for a little rice. My children—" "Silence," the landlord roared. "You're just lazy, always blaming the sky, the rain, fate. When will you blame yourself?" The crowd watched silently. Ramdeen's hands trembled as he joined them in front of his face. "Please, just for my children." Surya Pratap smirked, turned to the crowd, and said, "See this man? Begging again. A failure will always remain a failure." That night, Ramdeen sat outside his hut, staring at the dark, empty sky. His wife placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "Why do they always humiliate us?" she asked softly. Ramdeen's eyes glistened with unshed tears. "Because we are poor," he whispered. Then, looking toward the heavens, he murmured, "But God is watching, and karma never forgets." Years passed. Seasons changed. Ramdeen slowly rebuilt his life with determination and hard work. One year, heavy rains finally blessed the land, and his fields turned green again. He harvested enough grain to feed his family and even save a little. But while Ramdeen's life was improving, fate began tightening its grip on Thakur Surya Pratap Singh. First, a severe storm destroyed half his mansion. Then, traders he had invested in betrayed him, taking his gold and vanishing. The final blow came when a massive flood swept through Rampur, drowning his remaining fields and cattle. The once proud landlord who had mocked Ramdeen now stood on the same dusty road, homeless, penniless, and hungry. One evening, Surya Pratap knocked on the door of a small hut. It was Ramdeen's. The farmer opened the door, shocked to see the landlord who once humiliated him now standing with folded hands. "Ramdeen," Surya Pratap said in a trembling voice, I have nothing left. My family hasn't eaten in 2 days. Could you give us some food?" For a moment, Ramdeen stood silently. The memories of insults, laughter, and humiliation flashed before his eyes. Ramdeen took a deep breath. Then he walked inside, filled a basket with rice, some vegetables, and a clay pot of water, and handed it to the trembling landlord.